speculation. The announcement drops. VeryDarkMan will translate his social influence into real power. He announces a run for a major political office, perhaps a Senate seat or state governor. The voice of the street. Martins Vincent, also better known as Van Infla. He's a phenomenon. In 2025, his platform is built on raw, unfiltered activism, a relentless pursuit of accountability, often bordering on chaos. His method is simple: name, shame, and pressure. But what happens when the maverick can no longer survive on sheer outrage alone? This is the plausible, 2-decade-long journey of VeryDarkMan. From digital warrior to institutional titan. The years 2025 to 2030 are the peak of his controversial career. His influence is massive, leading to successful social campaigns that force action on minor corruption and consumer protection issues. He solidifies his image as the man of the people. However, this period of success comes at a brutal cost. His high-energy, reckless style of activism continually brings him into conflict with powerful figures. Around 2028, a major, high-stakes allegation leads to an extended detention and a costly, high-profile court case on charges like cyberstalking. This is the crisis point. He is almost brought down. But he uses the courtroom as his stage and successfully wins or is acquitted. The experience is transformative. He realizes that for his message to survive, his methods must mature. In a pivotal moment, he announces his transition from a lone, vulnerable activist to the founder of the Dark Justice Foundation. This marks the end of his raw, unfiltered era and the beginning of a strategic, organized movement dedicated. Second phase sees VeryDarkMan shed his old skin to become a respected strategist. From 2031 to 2034, the Dark Justice Foundation evolves into a credible nonprofit. It is staffed by lawyers, investigative journalists, and policy experts. VeryDarkMan is now less of a voice and more of a director of action, leveraging his massive celebrity to fund in-depth policy papers and complex legal challenges against state corruption. He travels internationally, lecturing on how digital influence can be effectively deployed to enforce transparency in developing democracies. But the ambition doesn't stop there. By 2035, the constant pressure on the system is no longer enough. After years of speculation, the announcement drops. VeryDarkMan will translate his social influence into real power. He announces a run for a major political office, perhaps a Senate seat or state governor. His campaign is a political phenomenon, funded primarily by millions of small donations from his followers. He runs as a new kind of populist leader, battling the entrenched old guard. His success, whether he wins or is a powerful runner-up, permanently cements his role as a legitimate force in Nigerian politics. The Elder Statesman and Legacy, 2039-2045. By 2039, Martins Vincent is no longer just VeryDarkMan. He is a permanent symbol of public accountability. If he won his election, his term in office is characterized by fierce, televised policy battles, using his old social media platform to bypass traditional media and speak directly to the people. If he lost, he pivots to full-time media entrepreneurship, launching a hugely influential news and accountability channel that fundamentally changes how Nigerian news reports on power. In both scenarios, the result is the same. He institutionalizes his values. By the final years, 2043 to 2045, VeryDarkMan is in his late 40s or early 50s, transitioned into the role of an elder statesman or a media mogul. He dedicates his time to mentoring a new generation of activists, showing them the strategic way to fight. His final major public act is either a high-profile, successful push for landmark constitutional reform or the publication of a definitive, best-selling autobiography, perhaps titled The Dark Path, an activist's blueprint. The future of VeryDarkMan is not about viral videos. It's about power and legacy. He began as a lone, often chaotic critic, throwing rocks at giants. 2 decades later, he has either become a giant himself or built the most powerful institutional structure capable of holding the giants accountable. His legacy will be this: he proved that a single voice, armed with a phone and unwavering resolve, could not only challenge the system, but fundamentally change the discussion on transparency and justice in an entire nation.